Hey everyone, it's a bit of Midnight Motors out here. Could be an interesting one for you. This vehicle's just come straight back from the Cape. Well, not straight back, and I suppose that's what the video's about. It's about how Racv, QV, whoever, towing service has changed over recent years with a lack of, obviously, trucks and drivers and people that actually want to work, and how long it takes to get a vehicle. I reckon it feels like more than a month, less than 2. So somewhere in the middle there, that someone's had a vehicle. This is a vehicle that, people need. Yeah, so it's turned up off a tow truck and we can't move it because, as always happens, I don't know if they leave the power on what happens, but they manage to drain your cranking battery. Absolutely dead, flat, zippo, nothing left. We can't turn the steering, we can't unlock it without power, we can't do anything. So there it is, sort of dragged off the tow truck, stuck sitting there. Out of range, so we have to sort of tow it and drag it to within range of a extension lead. Going a long way to the workshop and try and get some charge into it. So what we're going to do now is, what stage are we on? It's still on bulk, which sort of says to me we might not be in luck yet, but we thought we'd give it a couple of hours, see if we can start it up and get it chuffing on 3 cylinders so we can chuff it into the workshop and charge it up some more. We'll probably chuff it back out and give it a wash down because it is covered in the Cape dust still. And if we're going to work on it and replace the engine, because it's got a cracked piston, so it's done over 300,000. There you go. So on the 7th, 2025, 302k, so somewhere over 300,000 with oversized tyres. Let's just have a look. Fact of the matter, because I always say there's contributors. Work it out for yourself. Where's the bloody size? I can't even see it. What, they stopped stamping the size? What am I too quick? Where's the size? There it is. 265/70. So the 32s, they're not standard 31s. And do you tow in overdrive? Yes. So it's got the camper trailer on overdrive. Unfortunately, missed that one. It's in the manual to not tow in overdrive. And we've said it heaps of times, and I've done examples on the channel. Showing overdrive and one-to-one gearing, how much it changes the coolant temp, which means it's going to change the EGTs a lot also. So we'll unplug this charger and we'll see if we can get it chuffing. All right, mate, foot on the brake, hit the go button, see what happens. Nah, nothing. All right, switch it off. At least we've got enough power to get the steering unlocked though and push it around. We'll work something out because this battery could be cooked or it needs a lot more charging. Doesn't look too bad, but if you leave it flat, sulfation, that's what kills it. There's the old 1KZ that did the recovery, and we've now towed it into the workshop. Couldn't get it started, so it's in here, and the battery is on Chargerama. Nice and slow. I'll put it on low and slow 1 amp because it's not going to be worked on for a couple of days. We'll hopefully be able to recover this battery. This one's looking right still. But once again, as I've talked about in many videos, all the waffle and ramble, these not really required. So 600 bucks, not required, doesn't always do the right things, and it doesn't allow you to connect this battery, which seems to be good. I haven't put the voltmeter on it, to that battery, which the SBI 12, which is cheap, reliable, and allows the vehicle alternator to charge both batteries, which it can do. Proof is in the pudding on at least 3 of our vehicles at the moment. Bada bing, bada boomski. Careful what choices you make, money you spend on what accessories, because it might be a waste of money. 4x4 diesel, Prado and Hilux specialist. Ah, really expert. Okay, so a bit of a recap so far on this one. From the Cape, covered in red dust, supposed cracked piston. This battery we've had on charge for nearly 2 days now, about 48 hours. It seemed to be charging all right, but it was taking a long time to get up there, and the charger popped up with fault in the end, but I think it might have a bit of charge in it, so we'll just give it a crank in a minute and see how it goes. Confirm this cracked piston, we need to do that before we proceed. Obviously we needed to have power in the battery to be able to unlock the steering. It's pretty complicated, and it's probably a good recommendation of mine to have an SBI 12, which will charge your battery more reliable and cheaper. and then you can jump start off it instead of have one of these which you can't jump start off. Just a bit of a tip there. Let's see if it starts up and see what happens. Oh, the other thing I just did, got in the workshop here, I'm trying to push the door over to the roller door there, so all the smoke and that can go out the door, and the tyres are on 20. So we've got to remember when they come in, if they've been on a trip, that the pressures could be low, and that'd be a good reason why we couldn't push the car back and forth. Information to help people, yeah. So this one's got the prop shafts out, which we weren't aware of, so that was a bit of a thing. So people need to let everybody know sort of what's going on. We did find them sitting on the back seat here, because it must have had a bit of towing on the ground before it found a tow truck. Problem with that is, we often rely on putting the vehicle in park so it doesn't roll. That doesn't work when you've got no prop shaft, so just be aware of these things, and remember to use your handbrake as well, I guess, sometimes on a hill. All right, we've got a green light with the foot on the brake. Let's see what happens. Right, the reason we do this could be a fuel problem and that could be a bad injector, so we really need to do this to confirm. And everybody knows that's a cracked piston. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. Time for a new engine. It's all pretty well cleaned up for now. We'll give it a blow dry. Then it's going to sit for a week and dry up properly before we can work on it. And there'll be some more videos on this one. Bada bing, bada boom. Check the playlist for more information, cracked pistons, injector information. The only way to contact me for an injector kit or an engine or to book into the Prado Hospital is text message. It's listed on the YouTube channel. It's on the Prado Hospital Facebook page. That's the only place the Prado Hospital is. It's on our Facebook page. It's Anthony. It's this phone number. Bada bing, bada boom. Catch you on the next video. I think that's enough for this one. Confirmed diagnosis. Confirmed cleanup process for work done, cleaning around the windows so we can drive the vehicle. Once it's all sorted out, we've got to tow it back in the workshop because it's got no prop shafts. Bada bing, bada boom, and happy days. At least the Hilux winch gets a workout, but it's a bit of a difficult one to position because you can't just tow a vehicle into a workshop when you need the vehicle being towed in the bay in front. So it's like we need one of those rubber push things, you know, like what they have CityLink for the broken down cars. Bada bing, bada boom. Catch you on the next one.